task at the moment. Okay, we have a slogan for the project and for the team: the strong yesterday, free today. And all the other languages also are there. Still after being shorted. And that's big meaning good to think that I am sure that if it's needed, we will be strong also today in order to be free tomorrow. Okay, where is my slide change? Yeah. So the project is actually, when we started it in 2019, it was the idea of making the tourism product out of the military heritage, which is based on the true facts, true stories, memories, and the sites which are maybe not always so much known as we are used to. And within this Estonian Latvian program, which is supporting also this conference, cross-border program of European Union, we also had especially program development for the young people, school-age youth, those who never been in the Soviet Union and don't know anything else than the free and happy Baltic States. So this is the platform we are elaborating now, and there are, as you see, two different EU projects which brings together the whole Baltics. And we were struggling in the beginning quite a lot to find how to structure it and how to show to the tourists, which are simple but not stupid. So we have to be careful to be short and simple, but at the same time make it true and make it real facts easy. And that's not an easy task. So what we have in, I put this boring slide, but that's what we really work on. It's 845 objects at the moment. Out of those 35 bunkers, military equipment, battle sites, memorial sites, museums, pales, and towns. And so we are hoping to add 300 more during this project, during these two projects. So we have 7 large timeline sections and 264 smaller timeline sections and events. There are 7 large time periods who are divided. We have 129 historical topics, and that's just to come in more as soon as there are new objects, new topics will be added. We have 300 tourism stories, which comes from the people on the regions, on the sites, those who has memories, those who has experienced the Soviet time and all kinds of happenings, what happened, maybe even Second World War. We have 26 tours at the moment. This is 112 day descriptions, and there is a lot of network, or how we call it, spider, between the objects and the timeline and the topics and the stories. So it is a lot to search and navigate through the platform, and this is how we hope we get it interesting for the visitors. This is the historic periods and the timeline. As you see, you can read shortly about each period. In the first project, we had only 4 periods, but then we understood that so much happened, and also we had it now after the restoration of independence, because also to add everything which happened after the Ukraine-Russian war was something to put in, because it is important and to remember and to know what also happened in our country, how the monuments were moved and what happened and what we changed, because we actually got braver after that start of the war. We have several sites which we try to group in several sections, and each of them it's just with the photos, and you can also try to find by the museums or by the trails. It's quite a good search engine in the system. This is an example of one site description, and you see on the right part, it's all that spider which I mentioned, which is connected to that one site. And also we get quite a lot of comments from the tourists' questions, like where is my grandfather's cemetery, the grave. But not only those, also the comments that this ship was named wrongly, so that the story is like that, the name or the year is wrong. So it's very interesting conversations with the visitors of the sites, and I guess also I hope they come as a tourist as well. So the stories is my favorite topic that people share their memories, and this I think makes the whole project alive. We really encourage people to share their stories and memories, and that works quite well. They send also the historic photos. We get also the memories and stories from Germany, for example, from US, and that's kind of. We like that process very much. Then we also try to describe the topics which are important for each time period, what really happened, the fights, the personalities, the groups, so that it gets wider. We have quite a good map where also the memories are in. If there is a geographical point for the memory, we put it in. So you can see the monument which doesn't exist anymore, where the place were, and what the story is about that. The tourism part, of course, we have to connect the sites and the objects with each other to make the tours. We also added places to eat and places to stay. So it is a tourism product, so you really, and what was my surprise, because I thought that, who is traveling like that, but people do, and my best friend or the tour operator, she always called me and, do you have also no tours in Lithuania? And then I said, do you really use it? Oh yeah, that is, I don't know anything on that topic, but they asked me. So this is the proof that we do something someone needs and someone uses. So don't worry, tourists are coming on these sites, and that is not only the niche tourists which are interested, like historians or teachers. The tourists who are interested in any country's history are interested to visit these tours and places. This is the part of the portal which I'm not very happy at the moment. There are only 64 at the moment programs which are added to the sites and objects. I hope, I know that we will get more, and also not because some of them are already existing but not added, but I'm sure that we will get more programs developed during the project. And I hope also we get the inspiration of our speakers today, showing how important the good interpretation and programs in each site is. So how to make tourism how to make objects more accessible for tourists, and especially for the young children and school groups. There is also in the previous project, but now Latvia and Ziemele and also Lithuania are working on the audio guides for the objects which are actually deep in the forest, and no one guides them there. So these audio guides with the QR code works very well, which very often is based on the GPS. You just walk on the surroundings, and then you have these headphones, and then just start to sound and tell you the story of this stone on that coastal battery, or that story which has happened there. So this is to come more, and this is the way how we can tell about the places and sites also without the guides. Yes, welcome. Yeah, there they are, Lithuanian colleagues are right there, so I thought that the group is a little bit too small for Lithuanians. We already started in last year to make a common network recognition, the visual identity we are elaborating. So these kind of plates you can see all over Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania. Not to all, because not always the owners of the sites want to have another plate, but mostly we put the plates for different sites, so they can see that they are part of the network, and all of them leads to our project portal, so that people can see that there are more of the sites and places. We also elaborated the guidelines for the object owners, how to tell, how to restore, how to show your sites and places which you can be proud of, how to make it as a tourism object. Now it's also in Lithuania, and Juris was so involved in the topic, so he also added some pictures. He worked together with his friend, and so the bunkers and the coastal batteries, you can see how it could have looked. So he used all his possibilities to make it attraction, and that's the way maybe to show it also for your tourists to nesaprot, kas ir tavs draugs? Yeah. So we have just arrived. Thank you, Lithuanians, so much. You were so efficient. Printed the new map of the Baltic States. There are altogether how many objects? 180 or something. No, 200 nearly. But they are not all, of course. They are the main ones, which, of course, the paper is paper, and in the website we have so much more. But anyway, these are a travel map. You can use it. You can see the main object distribution of the Baltic maps. And we are soon to come with the guidebook of all these 200 places, but only on the. We have a north side of the project, not the south side, southern part of Latvia and Lithuania will be added as a guide. We are quite active on the social media, so follow us if you are interested. What else is coming up, and what kind of events, and what we do, and where we go. And there are also very often these discussions with the tourists. Those who are following us on the website published. We have a northern part video, and the southern part will come soon. Video of the 100 years. This is just one period, but we have from 1914 up to today the different sites from Estonia and Latvia, and now will be added Latvia. So tomorrow, I hope, why the conference now in this terrible cold, rainy January day? We could make it in June, of course, but tomorrow we have a very important day for Latvian history. It's Christmas battles. As you know, that turned our Latvian history, and the independence was more to reach, and also the proof that we can stand against the big armies, which were German and Russian, and that's not different. I think nowadays we have to stand if it's needed. So we start tomorrow. We meet at 2 o'clock at Continue Cemetery. That's where the reconstruction will be. It will not be long, like 15-20 minutes, but then you can see how the fights are going on. That's with the dresses and uniforms and the weapons which they used at that time. And then we go to Mangali Museum, which is the big ceremony, so the politicians coming there, not all, but quite a lot. Speeches and also songs and fireplaces. There also will be our project tent. Project partners will be there. You can speak with them and meet also the young people which are a lot of families are coming there, and also a bonfire with hot tea and some tea racks there. And then at 4 o'clock is the torchlight process to Mangere, which is very spectacular, very nice. It's almost a bit dark, so that procession will arrive in Roosmetermans, in 1.5 hours. They walk quite 70 kilometers. Those who are coming with the bus or with the cars, we just drive to the next place, and there is school, scout stand camp, and orchestra and music. It's quite a big event for us. So I'm very happy that also Estonians and Lithuanians are joining us there, and I know from the previous project that when we celebrate events which were together with Estonians, when they came to help us. Nowadays, I think we all three would be much, much more together if something would happen back to any of us. Yeah, that's my final slide. And I would really encourage you to send your stories, send your memories. We found a lot of fantastically hidden objects and stories because you sent in your memories, because in your yard is some kind of statue which you don't know what it was, or leftover of the statue. And then we put it in the social networks, and people from Germany send us a real picture of how it used to be, and we found out the whole story of the history. So it is a never-ending networking platform where we all really invite you to share. For Latvians, it's a bit Latvianized portal name, militārais.ceļotājs.lv, but the official one is militaryheritagetourism.info. Thank you very much for attention. Thank you all my partners. Can you raise up the hands who are the project partners from Lithuania and Estonia and Latvia? Yes, we are quite many. I'm not alone. Thank you so much for the good cooperation, and I really hope that we will bring up after these 2-3 years something tangible and more to show to ourselves and to our guests. Thank you very much. The questions, there are any questions to me?
There is one question for you, actually.
Yes.
Is there any plans to add Poland or part of Scandinavia to your military heritage page in the future?
That's a very good question. Then we have to write a project to the Baltic Sea region and add all these countries, then Thomas and Finland, and then has to be an external expertise capturing the same. But otherwise, it of course is possible because the page is really good, and I know that in your network of the Cold War heritage, for example, this is something which is missing, the common platform. Yeah. So I would be really happy, and I would really be happy to work with the other countries, because our knowledge, what really happened, or let's say my knowledge, what really happened in other countries is so little. But I know that I am quite average personality in Latvia, and I guess there are more than me to show and to tell and to share. Thank you for the question. Okay, if maybe the question